Hello dears, welcome to Beautylish. I'm Lilian, also known as Lulu. Today I'll be sharing with you dears some collective haul from Beautylish, Beautybay and Sephora. Not a lot of products, mainly they are the face and the eye makeup products, and some are very good. If you're interested to find out which are the good products, which products not to be missed out, and which are the so-so and not so good products, please continue watching. And so, let's get started! Let's start with the face makeup, and this is the liquid foundation. And I'm going to share this liquid foundation first. Have you dears heard of this brand X1 Invisible Liquid Foundation? Seriously, I don't even know that it exists. I didn't see any reviews, but I was very attracted by the product description in Beautybay. It sounded like the foundation color will adjust accordingly to our natural skin color. It sounds so amazing! It is lightweight and it gives a very luminous finish. It's natural looking and yet it can cover up my broken veins and also my pigmentation. It's cruelty free and it's vegan. And this is affordable. It is about 21 Sing dollars. But I do realize by the end of the day it will oxidize a little. But overall, I enjoy this very much. This is a hidden gem that nobody is talking about it. If you dears are very into the my skin but better look, you may like to explore this foundation. Next is this huge bronzer. Sorry, holding it upside down. This is from Tilbury. Airbrush bronzer. Doesn't this packaging remind you of the clam, the seashell? This is magnetic closure. This is the refillable type. Underneath this, there's a hole, so you just need to take something to poke it, and the bronzer pan will drop off. This is seriously a huge pan. I don't think I will ever finish it. This is advertised as the same formula as their Airbrush powder, which is this. I enjoy using this powder very much. It has a very smooth texture and the powder is very finely milled and it looks so natural on the skin. So I expected this kind of texture. But when I receive it, I quickly do a hand swatch with the bronzer. To my surprise, it is not as smooth as the powder. It feels a little more rough than the powder. And when I do a hand swatch, it doesn't show up at all. In the pan, the colors look dark. So I'm very afraid that this turns out too dark on me. But actually, on my skin, it is very natural. So as you dears can see, it doesn't really show up on the hand swatch. As I mentioned in the pan, I was afraid this color seems to be too dark on me, but when I apply on my face, it seems like it melted to my skin. So I feel like applying nothing, which I kind of like this very natural matte effect because I'm not a bronzer person. But if you were to ask me whether this is worth it, I would say it's only worth it if you are into Tilbury's products. And this is a huge pan, it can last for a very long while. Other than that, there are drugstore bronzer that can replace this. Next will be this from Tilbury. This is actually their star product, but in a limited edition packaging. I didn't know that these are made of Swarovski crystals. There are a lot of small stones over here. But when I went to the website and take a look at their description, it says that these small stones are Swarovski crystals, but they are not sparkling at all. And just now, one of the stones dropped off. Inside, it comes with a bronzer which says Scott, which got me confused because bronzer is not contour. I don't use a bronzer to contour. And this is the highlighter. The word says highlight. There's the full-size mirror over here, and it comes with this tapered brush. Both the highlighter and the bronzers are the shimmering type, but on the skin, the shimmers are not very obvious. I especially love Tilbury shimmery formula because they are really very finely milled and very smooth, and when you apply on the skin, it's very natural. For the bronzer, this part, it is too light on me. It doesn't even show up my skin, so for this product, I did not use the bronzer as much. I got this for only about 1 week, but I only used the highlighter part. I love the highlighter. it is on my cheek now. The highlighter has a soft focus and it has a very natural beam. Texture is very smooth and finely milled. This looks very natural. Doesn't emphasize on my textured skin and makes my upper cheeks looks much smoother, unlike other high beam highlighter. With this highlighter, I find that this made the purchase more worth it. I enjoy using the brush because of the taper end over here, and I use this brush only for the highlight. So I will just apply the highlighter here. It will apply precisely over here, which is the kind of effect that I like. So overall, is this worth it? I would say not really, because I didn't use the bronzer. I would hope that Charlotte Tilbury can come out with this highlighter alone. The rest of them are the eyes products. This is from Decay, Naked Ultraviolet. Packaging is very beautiful. If you tilt to certain angles, you can see different layers of it. This is magnetic and comes with a full-size mirror. I love purple, so when I saw the photo, I quickly want to get it. But when I received this, till now I only use it 2 times. And each time I'm only using 2 colors, one on the crease and one on the main eyelid. Somehow, I'm not very sure why. I'm just not inspired to use this. Color story for this palette is half neutral and half purple. So it will be good for those who are very into neutral look but want to incorporate some purple into your look. It only has 3 matte formula, 1 setting formula, and the rest are shimmers. And they are mainly the light highlighter colors and the mid-tone colors for the eyelid. There are 2 dark color over here, but these are not matte. This palette seriously lacked of a dark matte color for the outer corner. So for me, this palette can't do a complete look. This will be a good complementary palette. Perhaps purple is difficult to make, so that's why I find that this texture is not as good as their Naked Honey, which is this palette. Do I think it's worth it? I think not really. If you dears are very into purple, I would rather you spend a little money with ColourPop. What's that palette? That purple palette. And if you want some nude natural palette, you can also get from Colour. And the price will be so much lower than this. Next is another eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. It has exactly the same packaging with the previous 2 mini eyeshadow, which is Sunrise, same design, different colors, which is this, and Love Palette, which was released early this year around Valentine's Day. So when I saw the product photos from Trend Mood about the new release of this bronze palette, I was captivated by the color story. This is the kind of color that I will use it every day. But I hesitated for a long while because I don't have good experience with these 2 palettes, and these are the first 2 products I got from Natasha Denona. Actually, it works well on me. I like the shimmers, I like the matte. It's pigmented, it's creamy, and on the lid it's very smooth, it doesn't crease. It's just that both of this palette doesn't last on me. In fact, they faded after 2 hours. That's too fast. Especially so when their pricing is very high. So I was very worried that for this bronze palette, it will fade on me fast, and I struggled for a very long time. But in the end, with a gambling mindset, I got this, hoping and praying that it will not fade on me. And I was very nervous. So when I got this, I used this every day for more than a week. This is the palette that I can finally understand more why people are so crazy about Natasha Denona formula despite of their high price. I am very surprised this bronze palette doesn't fade off me like these 2, the previous 2 palettes, except for this color, Rhodium. This fades very fast on me, but the rest of the colors stay perfectly the same for the whole day. And I am using this bronze palette on my eyes now. So on the main eyelid over here, I'm using this color Bliss, which is my most favorite color in this palette. This is the peachy pink with a gold flip. and with glitters. This is a beautiful color. I enjoy using this palette. The only thing about this palette is the color story. As you guys probably can tell, they are mainly the mid-tones color that you can use it on the main eyelid. It lacks the highlighter color, that's why I put another palette for the highlighter to create this look. And there isn't much dark matte color. So for me, this will be a good complementary palette. But for the kind of pricing to be a complementary palette is very expensive. So if you just like this kind of color story but wants to have more color density, the lightness, the darkness and the mid-tone, you can actually look for this ColourPop California Love. It has similar color story with this bronze palette, and there is one pressed glitter over here, but there is highlighter color, a light color, and there are some dark matte color. There are main eyelid mid-tone colors. So for this palette, you can actually create a complete eye makeup look, not for this bronze palette. So is this bronze palette worth buying? This is a palette that I can finally understand why people are crazy over Natasha Denona, but I think to do a complete eye makeup look, it's not worth it. With a good experience with the bronze palette, I bought another 2 mini palettes from Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Retro. I was very attracted by the packaging color, the pink, combining with the eyeshadow colors. And the pinks, the lighter colors attract me very much. I haven't used these 2 colors yet, and I keep using the rest of the pinks. And I find that actually they are too light on me. Can't really see the colors. So I have to build up many layers to show the colors. Wasn't super impressed by this. I think this color scheme will suit theirs with light porcelain fair skin much better than my skin color. And slightly before I got this, I received this shimmery palette from Makeup Rising Phoenix Spring of Divinity. They gave it to me as a birthday present. And these are all the shimmers. They are so pretty. Their formula is always so pigmented. They are very strong in shimmers. Pigmented, very sparkly, very long lasting. So I was using this, then swap to this, and I find that this Natasha Denona pales in comparison with Makeup with Rising Phoenix Spring of Divinity. So that's why I wasn't super duper impressed by this. The consolation is this with the Mini Gold palette. It lasts on me the whole day and doesn't fade. And for this Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette, actually the big gold palette is always in my mind, but it's over 100 Sing dollars. I find that this is very expensive, and to me, buying Natasha Denona is like gambling. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and with such a high price, I can't afford to gamble. So luckily, Natasha Denona came out with this Mini Gold palette, but I enjoy using this one much more than the Mini Retro. With the color story, this will be a very good fall palette. So if you dears are like me who are interested in the big palette but don't want to spend the kind of money, you can try and explore more of this mini palette. Alright dears, that's all for the sharing today. Hope that this video can help you to decide whether these products is good for you and help you to save some money. Question of the day. Have you tried any of the products that was mentioned just now? Please comment in the comment section below, yeah? Thank you so much. And last but not least, here's an inner beauty tip for us to be more beautiful and more wise. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. Very true. Otherwise, we don't have lights, we don't have camera, we can't shoot a YouTube video, we don't have YouTube platform. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. May you dears have a peaceful, blissful, and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye!